We spend so much of our lives waiting for the right moment, the surge of motivation, the perfect plan, the dramatic transformation. But what if change doesn't need any of that? What if real behavior change isn't about willpower at all, but something far smaller, far simpler? When I first picked up Tiny Habits by BJ Fogg, I wasn't expecting a completely different way of thinking about habit formation. I thought I'd read another book about discipline or consistency. Instead, Fogg showed me that creating new habits isn't about pushing harder. It's about making habits easier through tiny steps. When I began reading Tiny Habits, I expected the usual advice: set big goals, stay motivated, build willpower. But BJ Fogg, a behavior scientist at Stanford, dismantles that framework entirely. Motivation is unreliable, willpower overrated, and yet small habits done consistently are transformative. What struck me most was how simple his approach is. If you shrink a behavior to the tiniest version, you remove the need for constant motivation. That idea alone reframed how I think about habit formation and building consistent routines. Fogg introduces his behavior model, which completely changed my perspective on daily habits that stick. For any behavior to happen, 3 elements must converge at the same moment: motivation, ability, and a prompt. Miss one, and the behavior fails. And here's the key insight. We obsess over motivation, but motivation fluctuates wildly. The real power lies in ability. Make the behavior so small, so easy, that motivation barely matters. That's where transformation begins. What really moved me was how compassionate this method feels. Fogg isn't asking you to overhaul your life overnight. He invites you to start with something almost laughably small: flossing 1 tooth, doing 2 push-ups, writing 1 sentence. These tiny habits aren't the end goal. They are the seed. Once you prove you can show up even in the smallest way, everything shifts. Small habits build confidence, momentum, and the foundation for consistent behavior change. The first pillar of Fogg's method is to stop relying on motivation. Motivation is like weather. It comes and goes unpredictably. On good days, we feel unstoppable. On hard days, even simple tasks seem impossible. Fogg taught me that sustainable behavior change doesn't depend on motivation. It depends on creating tiny steps that anyone can do, anytime, regardless of energy or mood. This removes the shame from struggling with habits. If you fall short, it's not failure. It's simply that the behavior was too hard for your current context. The solution is to make it easier. The second pillar is action prompts, or what Fogg calls anchors. Instead of vague intentions like, "I'll exercise more," or "I'll read every day," you attach a new habit to something you already do consistently. After I pour my morning coffee, I do 2 push-ups. After brushing my teeth, I write 1 sentence. These prompts leverage momentum from existing routines, making habit formation predictable and reliable. You're not creating willpower out of thin air. You're stacking new behaviors onto what you already do every day. The third pillar is celebration. Fogg emphasizes that after completing even the tiniest habit, you should celebrate, mentally or physically. It could be a smile, a fist pump, or saying, "I did it." This may feel odd at first, but Fogg explains it beautifully. Celebration creates positive emotion, and emotion wires habits into your brain. You're not just building a routine, you're building a positive identity. Over time, this reinforcement makes habits automatic, sustainable, and even enjoyable. The final insight that transformed my perspective is identity through repetition. You don't need to become a new person overnight. Every tiny habit is a vote for the person you want to be. One sentence makes you a writer. One push-up makes you someone who exercises. One act of tidying makes you an organized person. These tiny steps accumulate, shaping your identity and building confidence with every small win. What I love most about tiny habits is how it meets you exactly where you are. There's no pressure to do everything perfectly or all at once. Just start with small habits, anchor them to routines, and celebrate the wins. Over weeks and months, these tiny behaviors compound, becoming consistent habits that stick. You'll realize you've changed, not through dramatic effort, but through simple, steady, compassionate action. Change doesn't need to feel hard. You don't need superhuman discipline or constant motivation. You just need the courage to start small, show up consistently, and honor the tiny steps. Those tiny habits create momentum, confidence, and eventually lasting transformation. That, to me, is the real gift of BJ Fogg's work. If this resonated with you, like and subscribe for more book breakdowns and mindset insights here on Well Read Club.